these past two games, just how big they were in the hindsight.
Yeah, had a good week. Got our first conference road victory, which was huge. Against one of the teams that was picked to win the league at the beginning of the year and is up there battling it out right now with UT Martin and Belmont for the league title. So huge win for us. The great thing was they made their runs. Sharonda Butts is a phenomenal player. Gwen Adams. SIUE's got a roster that's loaded with talented players, and when they made their runs, we responded. In the past few games before that on the road, whenever we faced adversity, we kind of backed down, crumbled a little bit, but we responded and made the plays we needed to make in a close game on the road, down the stretch. It gave our players a lot of confidence that they can stay together and get the job done.
What's been different about your team over this 3-game winning streak?
Not a lot, but there are some subtle differences. One, we're making the extra pass a little bit more than we were before, which is leading to not just we were getting quality shots before, but not great shots. And right now we're getting great shots because, for the most part, because we're making the extra pass and then the extra pass. And, that's something that they figured out through watching film, and hey, you can't just go do it on your own on the first turn. You can't come down and just blow by somebody off the dribble. The defense is going to be ready to help. Everybody's worked on that, but as we reverse the basketball, and then we've had some moments with just phenomenal ball movement. Like we're just moving it around and have the other team on skates. So we're getting wide open looks. We're shooting the ball better as a result of that. I think we're over 64% assist ratio right now, the last 3 games, which is pretty good. And we're as a consequence, we have more confidence. We're making free throws at a much higher rate than we were at the beginning. We're doing a good job forcing turnovers, and we're doing a pretty decent job taking care of the basketball, with the exception of the start of games. We've had some trouble the first few possessions of games, turning it over for no reason. But that's goes back to, moving the ball. We've tried to force some things early in games. But right now we just have a lot of confidence in playing with belief, and that means a lot.
The first time you played SEMO over there, you lost by 37.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come here and you beat them by 21. How is that even possible?
We didn't show up the first time we played them. Give them a lot of credit. They were 12 of 19 from the three-point line, so they had to make open shots, but we didn't show up at all at the beginning of the game and let them feel good about themselves and get going. They play extremely hard, and if you go through and you just look at the raw stats, they're 12 of 19 from the three-point line over there. Here they were 1 of 9. We did a tremendous job defending. I felt like that we switched out on everything and did a really nice job keeping them from getting wide open looks from the three-point line. Our teams obviously was a lot more locked in, and to be honest with you, our players felt like they needed to redeem themselves for the performance over in Cape Girardeau. So that's how that's possible. It's happened a few times in our league this year. Eastern Illinois, the team we're getting ready to play, lost big at Austin Peay and beat Austin Peay at their place. This league is one of those deals where any night out, anybody can be beaten or anybody can get blown out. You have to show up, and we didn't show up.
Plus, in the single game here, your team made 13 3-pointers.
Right. I mean, it almost flipped in that area. And they out-rebounded us here, but I believe they had 24 turnovers, which led to us not having as many defensive rebounds. But we really moved the ball well here on offense, and defensively we were locked in from the beginning of the game, which wasn't the case at their place, to be honest with you.
Coach, 2 players that seem like to me that are helping propel this, got KJ, but Liège's shooting a lot better, and then Abria Gulledge has really, and then even Jasmine these last couple of games. You're seeing a lift from some of these other players. Is that from the ball movement? Are they getting more comfortable with their
some of it's from the ball movement. Some of it's from people, like Abria and Jazz doing a better job defensively so they can be on the floor more. And Abria's been what she's been the last few games is the kind of player that we knew she's capable of being. And it's great to see her as a freshman grow and become that type of person on and off the court, and just excited about that. Jazz is doing a nice job She really athletically has caused a few problems. It's not like she's averaging 4 steals a game or something, but she's caused problems on possessions for people with her athleticism, and she's a great three-point shooter with her feet set. She can really knock it down, so when she has a chance to get in a rhythm, it helps us a lot. Those two being in the starting lineup on the wings with Leasia back in the starting lineup as the point guard, people have to guard Leasia as a point guard. So it makes it difficult. And then KJ at the 4 is a matchup problem for just about anybody we play. And that includes, that's not a slight to anybody in our league. That's, she scored 26 against Florida State, and she was a problem for them. So that's what's going on. And then Kyra Gullidge is doing a tremendous job scoring the basketball when she gets her opportunities around the basket. Field goal percentage has been extremely high here the last several games, and she's playing the best basketball of her career. So it's fun to watch what she's done from an offensive standpoint, because she's been bringing it on the glass all year, and to see her be able to get some points, and those things that players love and fans love to see. That's exciting for me. I'm happy for her.
Right now, the team's 6th in the OVC standings
Right.
with 3 games left. How important are these next 3 games? Because it really seems like how close all the teams are in that bottom half.
Yeah,
Everybody's really stacked.
I mean, there's no question. And, we just talk about today. That's all we're concerned about. Eastern Illinois is playing very well. So we're going to a place Wednesday. It's a tough place to play traditionally, and they've won their last 2 games at home. They beat Austin Peay and SEMO at home, and I know they're fired up. They have a chance to make the tournament. They're fighting to get in the tournament, and that's the thing. 1 through 12, everybody in this league has a chance. So it's going to be really fun the last 2 weeks for people who are watching the standings and all that type of stuff. For the coaches, it's not going to be a whole lot of fun, to be honest with you. But, this is what you say it's going to be before the year starts, and it's going to come down to, can we remain focused one possession at a time and be process and task-oriented and go out and get the job done and understand, hey, we've got to win a game on Wednesday night, and then after that we'll turn our attention to Saturday. And, that's the way it's been this whole year in the league. But as you come down to it, and you mentioned it, there are a bunch of teams stacked up right there. Some of those teams play each other, so some people are going to get wins. Some people have a more favorable schedule if you look at it, who's got who at home and that type of thing. But all we can worry about is Wednesday night and trying to do whatever we have to do to beat Eastern Illinois.
Can you kind of preview Wednesday night and Saturday?
Well, I won't talk about Saturday a whole lot because we're really just focused on Wednesday night. But like I said earlier, they're playing very well. They've been so close in a lot of games. They had a 21-game losing streak. And then they beat SEMO at their place, and extremely excited, obviously, and then came back and followed that up with a big win against Austin Peay, and now they've had a week off to prepare for us coming in there. So they're going to be ready. They have good athleticism. If you look at the stats, they shoot the 3 very well, and look at how they're shooting it in conference. They shoot it great. So we're going to have to defend that. We're going to have to be able to take advantage on the glass. That's an area that's going to be a focus for us. And, we're going to have to – they have good athletes that can attack the basket. They're really and everybody said it, hey, they're going to start beating people at some point. So now they're riding high with a lot of confidence. And, it's another chance for our team to go take a step and grow. Can we respond, to feeling good about ourselves? Are we going to come out and play as hard as we've played and be as focused as we've been for the last few ball games, and be task-oriented and just worry about the moment at hand? Or are we going to go out and not give maximum effort on every possession? And if that's the case, if we do not give maximum effort, Eastern Illinois will beat us. There's no question about it. Very, very dangerous team with good inside players and very good perimeter shooters, and a point guard that I think a lot of outstanding point guard play.